These last few days, I've been remembering my mother a lot, for whatever reason. So I'm going to sing May Ba It Jonga, okay?
Fantastic.
May Ba It Jonga, Tang Ma Pi Mo Ha Per Te, Nang Nuangan Yo Laka Long Ren Yang, Na Pi May, Jing Snang Jing Grau Jing Do Jing Dai, Day Tang Na Pi May.
What really is peace? The more I try to find its meaning, the more complex I find it is. The opposite of peace is not conflict, for me at least. I call it non-peace. And I think at this moment, there's a lot of non-peace for writers, for journalists, and activists. The question is, why are the rulers of this great democracy so insecure that they don't even trust their citizens anymore? If we are all going to become quiet, then who is going to point out these, lacunae in governance? And who's going to point out at all the miscarriage of justice that's going on?
As a human, you're vulnerable because you don't know where the attack is going to come from. There was a petrol bomb thrown here. So those sort of things, that take you by surprise, they can be very unnerving.
You've also written a book, and this book is here with us. This is, of course, called Waiting for an Equal World. Waiting, it is?
Waiting.
Yeah?
Still waiting.
Still waiting.
Many people seem to think that in a matrilineal society, women are automatically empowered, naturally empowered, but it doesn't work that way. All the elements of patriarchy are also present in Khasi matrilineal or Garo matrilineal.
The book flags some of the pernicious issues and persistent problems that have dogged us for many decades. It analyzes the customary practices and the traditional institutions which do not have women as stakeholders.
My mother was an avid gardener. From the time that I was young, I learned to garden. And we ate much of our own vegetables. She would take me to the forest and all that and teach me this leaf is this leaf is this. Even today, I will go looking for a leaf, for sore throat or whatever. So maybe we are not doing enough of that. That's why they don't have any love for the environment.
We've got coal, we've got limestone, we've also got uranium. And the limestone and coal, especially in the state of Meghalaya, have been mined very recklessly. A lot of forests have been devastated. Some rivers are poisoned. Loss of biodiversity means loss of livelihood. Loss of livelihood means conflict. and conflict means violence. So it's a cycle. And if we do not really look into these growing concerns, then we are in for very bad times ahead.
We have to remember that India defies the idea of a nation because we are not one people, one culture, one language. We are different races. In this country, we need a force to quell internal rebellions, internal conflicts. We cannot use the army to go into a, a state within our own country and expect them to bring down the violence. It cannot happen that way. The military is trained to fight the enemy. I've said this repeatedly.
Peace building should start during peace times. It's impossible to start peace building methods or strategies when two groups are in conflict.
I think the most important purpose of social work is to improve outcomes. In whatever you do, improve outcomes and the quality of life of the most vulnerable. Be a voice for the marginalized, be a voice for the oppressed, because voice is agency.
ये जीवन है, इस जीवन का यही है, यही है, यही है रंग रूप. थोड़े गम है, थोड़ी खुशियाँ, यही है, यही है, यही है छाँव धूप. ये जीवन है.